we've all heard of yarn, but have you heard of t-shirt yarn? Well, I'm here at NAC in East Hampton. I'm with Amber Ladley, and we're gonna learn how to make our own t-shirt yarn. Amber, this is fascinating, especially when you know that you can make jewelry, necklaces, headbands, and really cool things with it.
Yeah, you can really use it as you would any kind of yarn. And again, inexpensive. There's plenty of t-shirts in the world, and really easy to make.
And you're recycling them. You're not getting them, putting them
definitely
somewhere where they shouldn't be. So now, what's the first step when you're actually selecting the t-shirt that you're going to make yarn out of?
Yeah, so you really use the center torso of the t-shirt. So you want to make sure that bigger is better, that it doesn't have any seams on the side, and that any print is not below the armpits, because you're gonna mainly use this piece. So if there is a print, make sure that it doesn't take up the entire t-shirt.
So basically over here you have what's left, which could make a really cool top.
Yeah, I've cut them up into rags, and I have actually cut them up to make smaller pieces of yarn.
Okay, but you wouldn't, you wouldn't wear this necessarily.
No, no.
But basically this is what you're not using.
Right. For this
Unless that's your style.
Right.
Okay, so there's that.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is actually just lay it on the table and fold it as I have in half, the long way.
Okay.
With just leaving about an inch, so one layer is just a little bit longer than the other layer.
Like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
And the first thing you're gonna do is just take some scissors and just cut right straight across there.
All right.
And you wanna have a good pair of scissors. Are those ones
right?
fine?
You don't want it to be like the scissors that you use for cutting up things that your kids have glued together.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because they won't work as well. And then we're going to continue to cut strips, about 3/4 of an inch or so. And
Okay.
when you cut, you want to go over this top layer, but not cut the bottom layers. I mean, cut through, but once you get to this part, just cut through the top and stop. Yes.
Okay. So.
Yep, that's
like
fine.
this. It's okay if it's not perfect.
It really is, because we're gonna stretch it, you know, and if it ends up ripping, you can still use it.
Okay. So then once you get to that top layer, you stop. Do you cut through it?
Cut through the top, but not the bottom one.
Like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep, and you'll just want to keep doing that.
So this involves a lot of cutting. So this is something I would imagine if you could do it with your kids maybe once you're past the cutting stage.
Yeah, or older kids.
Older kids.
You know, I would say like 10 to 12-year-olds would really enjoy this. It's a nice summer craft if you wanted to tie-dye t-shirts, you know, clean out Dad's drawer of
really cool t-shirts that he's not wearing.
or just the well-worn white t-shirts, and give them a nice tie-dye, and then you turn them into yarn.
Okay, Amber, so we finished the cutting stage.
Yes.
What's the next step?
Okay, so you'll pick it up and you'll see that you have a bunch of different layers here.
It's like a hula skirt.
And the easiest way that I've found, you do have to be careful, but I kind of load it onto my arm like this.
Now, you're not making a really cool sleeve.
Right. It just makes it easier, because what we're going to do is we're going to cut it so we get one continuous strand, and it can be sometimes confusing if you're looking at all the different things. So, of course, be careful with your scissors on your arm there.
Okay.
But the first one you're going to do is just kind of at an angle. And the reason I like it on my arm is because I'll see that I've cut the right one. It doesn't fall off. So it'll just be just at an angle right there.
Like that.
Yep. And then the next one you'll see, it's a little bit at a diagonal, but you'll see that it falls off in one continuous loop. So you're going to go from here to connect to that one.
Okay.
And you're just going to continue to do that.
Let's see here. And it's just gonna,
So once you kind of get the hang of it, it's a little bit easier. But I learned that with putting it on your arm, you just know for sure you're cutting the right one.
Right, it kind of lays it out for you. Mm-hmm. So then you want to cut it so that it's one continuous strand of fabric.
That's right.
Okay.
So almost done.
And then here, at my last one, I just
Yep.
cut it to the end.
Yep. So you're left with this really long piece of t-shirt. And you're gonna love this. You get a little arm exercise with this.
Oh, good.
So you wanna just very, gently stretch. I end up going through it twice. Whoops. So you wanna not pull too hard.
You're just so strong, Amber.
I've been making
You've
a
been
lot of
making, I know.
So
That's
just kind of
amazing.
gently tug through once, and then you'll go through and do it a second time.
Oh, I already feel the burn.
Yeah.
Different places. So then once you're done, you said you want to go through the whole thing again?
Yeah, so you'll do it again, and then you can just ball it up, and you've got some t-shirt yarn.
That is really cool. It is something that's kind of mindless. So I guess it's something that you could do while you're sitting and watching TV or watching your kids play or whatever it may be. And then you can create things like necklaces or even like little key rings, right?
Oh yeah, you can use it like you would any yarn. So if you look up yarn scrap projects, these have been finger knit, so that's a really easy way to use it. There's some pom-poms there
that you can.
But you could knit it, crochet it, really anything that you would just do with yarn.
Really fun. Well, thanks so much, Amber. What a good idea. I'm going to keep working on my arms and pulling through my t-shirt yarn. And this is something that I can't wait to do. Make some necklaces and pom-poms.
All right.
Thanks, Amber. And you
Thank
can see
you.
this tutorial again by visiting us online, mymassappeal.com.